Hey, what's up, fam? This is Craig coming to you from Family First Sports. Y'all saw it last night. Cowboys lose to the 49ers 30-24. Let's chop up this blame pie that I have here waiting on you guys. Let's chop it up, all right? Now, let's talk about Dak Prescott. Guys, we got to stop giving Dak a pass, man. We got to stop it. I've watched content creators. I've watched people in the media. I've watched everyone give this man a pass. It's always somebody else's fault. It's the offensive line. It's Mike McCarthy. It's the running back. We don't have a running back. I get all of that, and I'm going to get to that. But we got to stop giving this guy a pass, man. Here's why I'm concerned. Look around the league. The league is about athletic quarterbacks. Unfortunately, Dak is not that. Dak doesn't run anymore, guys. He doesn't run. And I don't understand it, but if you look at Dak, Dak looks like someone who is athletic enough to get out and run. Look at Brock Purdy last night. Brock Purdy did not have a great game last night. He was missing receivers all over the field. But you know what he did? He used his legs to get first downs, and he won the game. He used his legs to move the sticks. And sometimes that's what you got to do when you're struggling, when you're passing. You have to use whatever you need to win the game. Our quarterback doesn't do that. He will not run. He will not run just to keep him honest. I remember a call last night where Mike McCarthy, it was a handoff, and he handed the ball off, and he faked around the corner like he was going to run, but he handed the ball off. And I was like, why would you use that when Dak never runs? That would be great if Dak ran, but he never runs. That's number one about Dak. Number two, his decision making, guys. Guys, I get the offensive line struggles at times. I get that he doesn't have a running back to keep him honest. With that being said, there are times Dak has time. But he makes these horrible decisions, like the throw on the sideline for the interception. Now, the one he threw along, the first interception where Bosa was coming in and he didn't get enough on the ball, I'm going to give you that. But let me say this. If you watch the play, a safety was over the top. So even if Bosa wasn't there, it would have been an interception because he had a guy running with the wide receiver and he had the safety over the top. It wasn't open. So he was thrown into double coverage. The second interception was terrible. That was just a terrible throw. It was a terrible decision. He really had three because he threw it to three guys. None of them caught it. Fred Warner was the closest. He dropped it, but the other two guys were going to take it if Warner wouldn't have dropped it. His decision making is terrible, man. Now, we have to think about something here because our quarterback needs to be the smartest guy on the team in a sense. Why are you throwing the ball 60 yards down the field to Turpin, 5'9" wide receiver? He doesn't have separation. It's a great pass, fantastic pass. One of the best pass throws you had all night. But when the game on the line, that's the decision you making to go there? And don't give me the Mike McCarthy thing. Mike McCarthy called that play. Man, Dak Prescott is our quarterback. He's on the field, right? Y'all give him all the credit when y'all say he take over and he calling the plays from the pocket and he just going to do him. You're giving credit for that. So don't switch it up. Dak Prescott is regressing, guys, right before our eyes. He's not an athletic quarterback. He doesn't run. His decision making is terrible. And thirdly, that I didn't say, watch his throws. I purposely watched all of Dak Prescott throws. 50% of his throws, the players are reaching. They're up high or they're reaching, so they can't do anything when they catch it. I'm not saying all, I'm saying 50%. He's not putting the ball on them where they can run and do some yards after the catch. He's struggling, man. He's struggling. He's having a terrible year. This is his worst year, to be honest with you. It's weird because last year he was in the same offense. He was going for the MVP. He was second or third in the league in MVP voting. So tell me what happened. It's an easy fix. I don't know. Will he use his legs more? I don't know. But Dak Prescott is struggling, and we just paid this man. So we got him. That's 30% of the blame. The next 30% goes to Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, you come out of bye, and our offense looks like that. You had 2 weeks to work on some things. And that's what we come out with, man. We had 10 points going into the fourth quarter. I know we went 23 minutes without a first down. You gotta go. You gotta go. Your strength is the offensive side of the ball. We got to be at the bottom of the league in red zone offense. And I don't know what we are on the total offense, but bro, you got to go. They're not responding to your coaching. They're undisciplined, and you don't have any kind of motivation. Think about this, guys. Think about this. The sign of a great coach is when you go in at halftime, you come back out and you're fire and brimstone. The Cowboys in the third quarter has struggled big time this season. I'm talking about that's where we struggle the most, is when we go in halftime and come back out in the third quarter. That's coaching. That's coaching. There's no doubt about it. Number 2. So that's 30% of the blame. And the other 40% goes to this person right here. And you know who he is, Jerry Jones. You put this team together. And I'm blaming you 40% for this game. For the whole season, you get 100% of the blame. But we're focusing on this game, the 49ers and the Cowboys. You get 40% of the blame, and here's why. You didn't go get a running back. Let me say this about Dak. Even though I give Dak 30% of blame, he doesn't have a running game to help him at all. Ezekiel Elliott had 11 carries for 36 yards. He is our leading rusher. We got 0 running backs, and that's because of you and your arrogance. We needed a running back, needed a second wide receiver to pair with CeeDee Lamb. You needed a defensive tackle to help stop the run. You depended on Mozzie Smith. Mozzie has shown you who he is. Quit hoping and praying that Mozzie is going to be something. He's shown you who he is. He's a bust. And I don't like talking about players like that. I wouldn't draft another player from Michigan if you paid me. He's a bust, man. I watched him specifically last night. Just watched him to see what is going on. I rewinded the tape, especially those big runs. I rewinded to see what he was doing. They were pushing him each and every way. They're pushing him back. They were pushing him to the side, to the left, to the right. This dude has shown us absolutely nothing. I don't need you to be a pass rusher. Just stop the run. That was our first round pick. If Mozzie was a third round pick, I would say that was a terrible third round pick. This dude was picked in the first round. Man, we struggling, guys. We're struggling. We're struggling on the decision-making of Jerry Jones. He didn't go get the players that we needed in the offseason. He sat on his hands. Not only did he sit on his hand in the offseason, at the bottom of the league and running, he hasn't made any kind of moves. And don't tell me there's nothing you can do. I mean, I'm tired of Philadelphia running circles around our GM, bro. I'm tired of it. He was out there. Saquon was out there for the taking. Henry was out there for the taking. But you're really not concerned about that. You're concerned about the brand. Not winning games. It's the brand. You love controversy and you love having the brand of the Cowboys. We're in trouble, guys. We have a quarterback that we just paid who is non-athletic, who is having problems making great decisions. We have a coach who's on the last year of his contract, needed to be fired last year. And we have an owner pretending to be a GM who is a marketer, who is an ambassador, who is he wears all these different hats, but he's terrible at the number one thing he needs to be, which is GM. I'm gonna say this, and before I let you go, I'm gonna say this. A GM's job is to focus totally on football. 100% football. That's all the football team. That's all the GM focuses on. Our GM focuses on WrestleMania, boxing, Grand Prix. He focuses on getting people into the stadium. He focuses on marketing the brand. And he lied to us and told us that he was all in. You was all in what? Trouble? Because you didn't do a damn thing for us in the off season. But let's scrap that. Don't worry about that. Let's do something now, right? Let's see what you can do now. He ain't doing nothing now. He know like people always crazy, but that ain't got nothing to do with wins and losses. That's the hell it don't. It's the culture. See, don't sit there and tell me that doesn't mean anything. It's the culture you create. It's the culture. In the whole grand scheme of it, no, it doesn't really matter. But it's the culture. It's not just that. It's not just that you're having tours and they're working out and they can tap on the glass while you're working out. That's not just that. It's that and other stuff. Y'all better listen to players when they say they go to these other teams and it's just about football. It ain't just about football in Dallas. And you have the rep man, which is Dak Prescott. Oh, you don't let that distract you. You're the best company man in the world. Say what you want to say. Now you got your money. He can't fire you no more. I'm just chopping up the pie. He's responsible for the players on the field. He's responsible for the culture. See, I thought the coach created the culture. Our owner creates our culture. And that's the problem right there in itself. Guys, this is Craig from Family First Sports. Y'all take care.